If you look at the map, we are pretty far to the north. Feel for the neighborhoods that you won't otherwise be able to get from Zillow, or who wouldn't want to wake up to this view every day? We look at 3 different neighborhoods and 3 different listings. Just wait until you see the closets in this main bedroom though. Going to tell you what it is currently listed for, but first we got to go take a tour, so let's go. If you're new to the channel, my name is Matt and I make videos each and every week about what it's like to live in Portland, Oregon. Additionally, I'm a licensed real estate agent and I am dedicated to helping people just like you make their move to Portland, and I'm the only agent that's taking you inside of active current listings on the market, just like this. So if you are looking to buy your dream home here in the Portland area, make sure you call, make sure you text, email, or just scan the QR code right here on the screen, and we will talk soon about your move to Portland. All right, welcome back to the channel. We're up here in the Kenton neighborhood, and if you were here last week, then you'll know that I promised you that I'd be taking you up here. And that's what I do on this channel, is I keep my word. I'm all about accountability and doing what I say and saying what I do, whatever, if that makes sense. Every single week, I am on a mission to take you to every single corner of Portland. And that's what we're doing. We're starting up, whoa, sick. We're starting up here in Kenton. We look at 3 different neighborhoods and 3 different listings in each video. And the first listing that we're gonna be looking at is only about a 5-minute drive from here. And this is Denver Avenue, North Denver Avenue. And like many other Portland areas, you've got a small little quaint downtown area with a bunch of different stuff. Nice restaurants, and this is actually a particularly nice location because right up here is a Max station, so that's pretty cool. But you know, this is just one of many different pockets all over Portland with just walkability, and I'm just gonna walk you around this neighborhood. You got Posey's Bakery and Cafe right over there. You got places to get brunch. You got bike shops, you got cafes where you can sit down and drink coffee. You got bus lines that take you all throughout Portland. Portland is really great for its public transportation, and this neighborhood is fully connected to the rest of them. Little clothing stores over there, and it's just a really fun neighborhood. And Kenton is well below the median price point of the rest of Portland. Median home price of the greater city of Portland is right around $550, but in Kenton it is about $480,000. So if you're looking for a house and you want something a bit more affordable, but is still well within the city, this is a good neighborhood to check out. And I'm just gonna walk you up this street a little bit more. Maybe we'll cross the street here. And then before I take you over to this first listing, what we're going to take a look at next is Kenton Park. I'm going to take you over there on my way over to the listing, but we're just going to look at some of the stuff on this side of the street. You've got lots of cool stuff, and it's got the same charm and the same character that you can find all over Portland. Antique stores. If you look at the map, we are pretty far to the north. So we're not that far from the Columbia River. So it's also really easy to get into Vancouver from here if you want to go into Vancouver. Here's a little sneak peek onto the residential zone, because like every other downtown area of Portland, you've got a busy street just like this, and then you've got other streets that go on either side of it that are full of homes. They also have the Kenton Farmers Market right here on Wednesdays for a good chunk of the year. So that's pretty cool too. And now is a good time to segue. Oh, can't forget the Kenton Library. That's always nice to have a library, and the Tavern on Denver. So this is a really cool area. And I think we're gonna pop right over to Kenton Park. I'm gonna show you what the Kenton Park looks like really quickly. And so you can have a look of the mixture of this neighborhood. Oh, and here is the Max train. So that's how close it is to this downtown area. There it goes. I'm pretty sure you can take this to the airport, but yeah, here's how close it is. So with that said, we're gonna head over to the Kenton Park. I'm gonna give you a quick peek at that, and then we are gonna be going to take a look at that listing. So let's head on over there. All right, so we've made it over to Kenton Park, and we are only about 2 blocks to the west from that little downtown area that we were in on North Denver. And this is a pretty good sized park, as you can see. And now this is by no means the biggest park in Portland, but it is still a pretty good size. You got a baseball field over here. There's another baseball field over there. Lots of huge maple trees here that provide so much shade. And I don't know if you can hear it off in the distance, but we're pretty close to the Portland Speedway. So there's like a racetrack. I guess there's a race happening right now. It's really loud. That's probably why we saw that Formula One car. I think that's what that is. I don't know my cars. Anyways, wanted to bring you over here because it's super close to the downtown area, and it's also even closer now to the next listing, and it's just part of this Kenton community. And I'm trying to give you a feel for as many different communities on this channel as I possibly can. If you weren't here last week and you're like, what is he talking about, promising to go to Kenton? Well, last week on this channel, I was in the neighboring, damn, those race cars are loud. Can you guys hear that? Last week, I was in the neighboring neighborhood to the south of Arbor Lodge, and I was like, yeah, the next one up to the north is Kenton. I'll take you there in another video. So here we are. I'm keeping my word. You got some basketball courts over here. You've got a really cool children's play area over there, and lots of areas for the dogs to run around and play. Lots of grassy areas. And this is just one of the cool things about Portland, is that we have literally hundreds of parks in this city. And if you're new here, that's just what we're all about here. We have one of the world's smallest parks, and we also have the largest urban forested park in the country, and everything in between, and every neighborhood has its own park, sometimes multiple parks. So that's really cool. If you love nature and you love being outside, then Portland is a really great place for that. And I love showing it to you on this channel. It forces me to get outside and enjoy the day, rain or shine. So with that said, I don't know why this stage is here. Must have had some sort of event. But with that said, we're gonna get even closer to the next listing. I'm gonna show you the neighborhood, the street around the listing, and then we'll go inside and take a tour, and we're gonna head over there right now. All right, so we've made it over here to this residential section of Kenton, and this is a very quaint, quiet, walkable street. We've got sidewalks, as you can see, and lovely single-family homes in this neighborhood. And it is also very well established and historic, so a lot of these homes are right around 100 years old, give or take. Some are maybe more built in the mid-centuries, or you've got some like that are much newer. But overall, this is a pretty historic neighborhood up here in North Portland, and many of the homes over here are smaller than you'll find in other parts of Portland, and therefore less expensive. So this is a good area if you are looking to potentially downsize or get into maybe your first home. I'm only 1 block over from this first listing, and so I like to just show you something that you're not going to see when you're just browsing Zillow, which is just a real feel for the streets and the neighborhood and the other houses all around. And I mean, when you're browsing Zillow, you're not going to be able to see little crows like that, and you're not going to be able to hear all of those race cars off in the distance. You know, so you wouldn't even think about stuff like this and how it would affect your livability until you watch these videos. So hopefully you are finding value in the content, and hopefully you like and subscribe so that you can keep getting videos like this. And before I go in and tour this listing, I really want to emphasize and tell you that how much I appreciate it when you guys leave comments below with your thoughts, whether it's good or bad about the listings. I appreciate the feedback on my videos, and it helps me understand what you guys like. So if I haven't hit a neighborhood in a while, or if you want me to go out into the suburbs and show you something else, leave a comment, let me know, and I will do it. And if you just want to interact with me, leave a comment as well. I respond to pretty much every single comment. So with that said, we are coming up on this listing, and it's right next to this much newer construction, maybe even brand new construction duplexes, these are kind of cool. That just kind of gives you an idea of how mixed this neighborhood is. And the listing that we're going to be going in to see is this one right here. All right, so I've got the keys, gave myself a little bit of a tour of this place already, and I gotta say, this is one of the smaller homes that I've toured on this channel recently, but it packs a punch because wait until you see the backyard. It is absolutely incredible. And this front yard is already a little bit of a taste of what's to come. We've got some beautiful garden beds right here, some raised garden beds. I believe this is a beautiful, well-established cherry tree right here. And so this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home right here in the Kenton neighborhood. We are only about 5 minutes driving to that little downtown area, and it's maybe about a 15-minute walk or so. And so this has some really unique stuff going on inside stylistically. And it's got this detached garage here that I couldn't find a key to. Actually, let's go try this key right now real quick. Nope, sorry. I tried, we can't go in there. But anyways, so what I was saying, it's not gonna take too long. We got under 1,000 square feet to go tour, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, a really, really great home here that is at a super, super affordable price point, and I can't wait to show it to you. I'm gonna tell you what the current list price is, but first we gotta go take a look. So once again, coming from the street, you got, actually this is a newer home right here, but this house was built in 1908, I believe, right around there approximately. And I gotta give a shout out to Ethan Cowley for letting me in here to show you guys a tour of this really awesome listing. It's got so much character. These garden beds, you could grow so much stuff here. And I love how it's got this little pathway here. And what's that? Just said hey to the neighbors. Lives right across the street. Do you guys like this neighborhood?
Yeah, yeah, it's a nice neighborhood.
Heck yeah.
I grew up here.
All right.
5 years.
Brent?
Yes.
Cool.
57 years.
Brent's lived here for 57 years.
My family's been here since 1908.
Wow. That's when this house was built, right? 1908 or right around there. Wow. Well, nice to meet you guys. I'm going to show you guys the rest of this house, and we're going to continue the tour. Nice meeting you guys. Thanks for saying hey. So what I was saying is I really like how these garden beds are laid out. Nice little pathway here, and you got a nice little grassy patch here, and you can enjoy delicious cherries every year. You can see that they've got a lot of cherries right here. So really cool. I'm a big fan of cherry trees, and let's go on in. So the cool thing about this house are the hardwood floors throughout, the incredible natural light coming in through these windows. And this is a big window that is east facing, but on top of that, literally, you've got this very nice vaulted ceiling with the exposed beams here that give it sort of this modern but also rustic feel. And that's a continuing theme throughout the house, as you'll see. So this is your living room. We've got a mini split right here, and I love that. They've got some cool paintings here, and it's just got a really cool vibe. I like this shelf up here. A lot of nice place to decorate stuff. I'm pretty sure that you can put your TV right there. In there is another bedroom and a kitchen, but right here is, I guess, what we're calling the main bedroom. And once again, you've got the continuing beams throughout this room, and it's also got that vaulted ceiling, and they've put in new windows, as you can see. And this is a pretty good sized bedroom. So got your closet over here, and this one, the door closes like so and gives you a good amount of space in here. And then if we go in through here, we'll end up in the kitchen. You got your refrigerator, freezer right here, a little bit of storage right there, and then another very small bedroom right here. So this could be like a kid's room, ideal for, you know, little kids. Got a good amount of natural light, and they've got this little loft storage space up there. Or it looks like it's been used as maybe like a bunk bed situation, loft bunk bed. That's gonna depend on what you wanna do with that space. But then we come in here and we've got the kitchen with your gas range, and then once again, the high vaulted ceilings and these beams going through. And it looks like they've got some monkey bars or something going through here in case you want to get some exercise. So that's a unique feature. I really like these countertops. The wood throughout this home gives it a very nice rustic feel. And over here, we've got a little dining area set up. Out there is the backyard. I'm going to take you to that in a second, but let's look at the bathroom first. And this has an exceptionally tall shower. I've got a client that just purchased a home here in the Milwaukee area, and I think, Jake, you'll have to let me know. Do you think this shower is tall enough? I think it is, so that's pretty sick. And then we've got a pretty unique looking sink vanity here with some dominoes in epoxy decorated like that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, decent bathroom, little tile flooring. Then we'll go in here and we will see a laundry room. This is an addition, I believe, at some point to the house, and this goes out to the backyard, but we're just gonna go out this way. And I really love how they've refinished this deck. This deck is either newly built or newly refinished because it's got this nice stain on it. And then this backyard is just absolutely beautiful and massive, and you've got a fire pit and tons of space to run around if you've got a kid or kids or a dog. You've got a fig tree right there. The roof looks pretty decent, actually. The paint looks like it's recently painted. And yeah, just a really great backyard. And you've also got a little bit of a shed. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to show it to you because it's locked, but you got a little shed there and lovely landscaping throughout this backyard. And it goes over here as well. And I tried to open up this, oh, we've got some more grapes. We had grapes at the listing last week. You guys remember that? That's nice. And then you've got this detached garage here that I couldn't figure out how to get into. And this door goes right into the laundry. One thing that I'll flag about this that I'm seeing is that there's a good amount of standing water right here that doesn't seem to be draining anywhere except into the foundation, and don't really like to see that. So not sure if it's causing any issues. Here's also some standing water that isn't really going towards the foundation, but here we have a pretty noticeable amount of water on this entire section of the foundation. So always gonna point stuff out like that to my buyers. And then let's take one last look at this incredible backyard, because that's what really matters. And there you have it, folks. What an absolutely adorable house. That is just over 900 square feet. It's 2 bedrooms. Both of them are, I don't use this word often, but very cute, especially this one right here with the purple walls and that little loft bed. Really awesome. How about that backyard? I better see some comments on the channel about that backyard and all the things that you love about this house. What do you guys think of the neighborhood? We're way up here in the north part of Portland, and it's still walkable, still very close to Mississippi. You can get to Alberta, you can get up into St. John's in a matter of minutes from here. You can get to the airport. So this is just a fantastic location, great neighbors. We've already met some that are right across the street, and this is just a pretty cool house. Now, with that said, I'm gonna give you the list price, but I hope by now that you've locked in your guesses, because that's part of the fun of watching this channel, right? Is like playing the game of guessing what you think the list price is. And this one is currently listed for $435,000. Tell me what you think. Is that something that you find value in? Would you be able to afford that? Is that something that's gonna give you what you need for that amount of money? I wanna hear it in the comments. And even more than that, I wanna hear from you. So I'm hearing from people every single day, every single week, every single month, and helping them make their move here to the Portland area. And I want you to reach out too. So if you're watching this, and if you've been watching these videos for a while, or you're just stumbling upon the channel for the first time, I want you to pick up your phone right now, shoot me a text and introduce yourself, because that's why I make these videos. It's not just to give you the valuable content that you need, it's to make connections with you and build community here in Portland. And I want to answer your questions. I want to help you buy your perfect dream home here in Portland, and I'm ready to do it whenever you are. So get in touch with me now. And with that said, we're going to head over to our next neighborhood, and trust me when I say this, that it is going to be completely different than this one. That's just going to show you the wild amount of diversity that Portland has to offer. So let's head over to the river to this next neighborhood. All right, so hope you're still with me, because when I said in the last segment that we were going to somewhere that's completely different, I meant somewhere that is completely different, right? Did I disappoint? Or did I deliver, huh? And this is Northwest Portland. We're over here in the Pearl. And so the Pearl is a cool little, very highly walkable, dense urban area of Portland. There's an airplane going over. One of the most densely walkable areas in the entire Portland metro area. And it's basically like a grid, as you can see. And it butts up against the Willamette River to this way, which is actually where the next listing is that we're gonna go see. It's a condo that is directly on the river. It's got beautiful views, so I can't wait to go and see it. But to that way, we are bordered by downtown, and then we're also bordered by Nob Hill and the Alphabet District. Very dense area over here. You can basically walk to do all of your errands that you need to do, and you can enjoy many different types of businesses and amenities on foot. In this particular city block I'm walking on, there isn't that much stuff, but there's still some. But as we get deeper into the Pearl, you'll see that there are a lot of places, and you're mostly going to be dealing with condos and apartments. Over here, there virtually are no single family homes. So when I say it's different from the last neighborhood, it's very different. Now, I'll admit, maybe this particular stretch isn't the most hip and happening. I don't see all the shops and bars right here, but a few blocks that way and you've got bars and shops. But that's what we do on this channel, is I show you everything, the good, the bad, the walkable, the not walkable. We got some restaurants right over there, so in my defense, there's something over there. But just take a look at all of these buildings. You've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's like 10, 11 stories here. Down this way, you can just barely see the Broadway Bridge, which will take you over to the other side of the river. And if we just go another block this way, oh, these are the streetcar, which will take you all around the Pearl and downtown, and it will also take you to South Waterfront. I always like to recommend the Pearl to people who are just, maybe they're coming from a very dense city like New York or Chicago. This is an area that you want to live in if you just don't even want to have a car and you just want to get around on foot and run all of your errands just in one small compact area. That's what the Pearl is for. You're not gonna have any yards to mow, but you are going to have a dense grid-like area like this. We've got Sister's Coffee Company over there, and you got an urgent care on the corner. And then if we just keep going that way, it gets more and more dense. But we're gonna walk this way. Looks like we've got a little cafe or something right up here. And each building is pretty unique. But even over here in the Pearl, you can see a very beautiful array of nature. I mean, look at these well-established trees that are growing here. It's very beautiful. Yeah, right here, you've got this little cafe here where you can get some desserts and stuff. You've got a salon right there. Place looks pretty chill. And then we've also got a big park right here. There's another salon right here. There's a spa over there. Right here, you've got chiropractor. Plenty of stuff over this way that we're not gonna go look at, but let's go take a look at this park, which is called Tanner Springs Park. So we'll take a quick walk through here, and then we'll go head over to the listing. They've got this nice cobblestone pathway. It gives a very old Portland feel. And we've got many different types of trees and vegetation here in this park, even though we are right smack dab in the middle of the city. So that's really cool. There's the streetcar that I was talking about before, and that'll take you pretty much all around the Pearl. And this is actually a cool little fountain over here slash pond. You got some nice little running water and just a lovely little escape right here. You just can find so much nature in all parts of the city. Look, there's fish in here. I don't know if those are koi or goldfish or what have you, but this is just a delightful little park. And let's see if I can remember where I parked. Where did I park? I'm a little bit spun around, and I think I'm right over there. Here's a little brewery. Yeah, it looks like a little beer garden of some sort. So yeah, there's just so much stuff all throughout the Pearl. If you were to live in the Pearl, you've pretty much got a walk score of 100 or damn near it. Here's a pizza place called Pizzicato, and it's pretty solid. It's like New York style, I believe, but nice little courtyard. Here's the Pearl Animal Hospital. So lots of stuff that you can do. And there's a view of the beautiful Fremont Bridge. But now I'm gonna take you over to this condo listing, so let's head over there. All right, so we made it. Here is the condo area. There are a number of units here, and I believe that they're all nice, but they are not all created equal, because take a look here. You will see there's some units over here. There's some units over here. And just for context, where we just were is this way, right over here. If you just go right this way, you are in the Pearl. But then there are also units this way, which are even better, because right there, my friend, is the river. And the unit that we are about to go see is the closest that you can get. So it's right here. This is the listing that we're gonna see. And just for context, just to show you exactly how close we are to the water, we're gonna go right here. The river is right here, and the incredible Fremont Bridge is right here, and you have this lovely walking path right here that's actually private property only for owners of these condos, or these townhomes rather. And you can see a ship off in the distance. That is a big ship right there. And there's another one over here. You can see on the other side of the river, big old container ship, because they don't call it Portland for nothing. But this is our condo right here. I can't wait to go in and take a look. I mean, how stunning is this though? This is just such a cool location. And where we were, just for context, is on the other side of the river that way. So with that said, let's go and take a look at this listing right now. So what we have here is a 2-bedroom and 2.5-bath townhome style condominium right here in the Pearl, the part of the Pearl that is bordering the Willamette River right here, and we are almost directly underneath the majestic Fremont Bridge, which you saw a minute ago. And this is an absolutely stunning unit. It's got so much to offer, and the views just keep getting better and better the higher you go up. I can't wait to show you that 2nd bedroom up on the top level. Yep, it's basically its own master suite up there, and it's incredible. So many incredible features about this that are worth taking a look at, so make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to give you the list price and the HOA dues, and maybe I'll even tell you the property taxes, but that's all gonna have to wait until after the tour, so let's dive in and take a look. So this unit is just about 2,100 square feet, and I gotta give a thanks to my good friend Christina Horning with Premier Property for letting me show you guys this incredible listing that sits once again right here on the Willamette River, and it is just stunning over here. Yeah, it's an amazing place to live. So let's go look over here, and we'll start off with this very spacious outdoor patio here. You got this nice water feature here, and it wraps around over here, so you can just sit here on your patio and enjoy looking out at the river, and gotta love that. So beautiful bridge right here. This is once again the Fremont Bridge, and this will take you right into North Portland, which is pretty close to where we were, and it connects with the I-5 freeway and then connects all the way down that way, and I'll take you right into downtown Portland. So let's go inside. So right when you walk in, you've got this living room right here that has a gas fireplace, and then windows that look out into the river and the bridge. Absolutely beautiful. I love all the light that's coming in. This is east facing, so you're gonna get a lot of morning sun right here. And then right over here, there actually are some stairs that will take you up to the next level. But first, let's look over here at the dining area, and you've got this lovely kitchen with granite countertops, an incredible 6-burner gas range here. Very nice. You got built-in microwave here. I love all of these cabinets. Very nicely designed. And then out here, you've also got another outdoor area that is a bit more private, but still very spacious. And you'll get more afternoon sun here since the sun goes this way. But now let's go in and take a look at what's downstairs. Here you've just got a little bit of a pantry, and down here it's mostly just storage. Down here you've got your laundry room right here. You've got some storage space right here. This is another closet. This is even more storage. So an incredible amount of storage for a townhome or condo. And then in here is your 2-car garage, and this leads right to the outside, and that's nice to have attached parking for a unit like this, so gotta love that. Now let's go back upstairs, and then we're gonna go around through here, take another look at this main living room area. Incredible views, but trust me, it gets better. Now when you get to the top of this first level, you've got a pretty good sized closet right here, and then a hallway that leads into your first bedroom that is absolutely massive. And you've got these same corner windows right here, and then your bed area right here. And what's that? That is a nice view out to the river. Imagine just laying in your bed and looking out at the boats going by. So that's pretty awesome. This tree is blocking a little bit of the view, but in the winter when all those leaves go away, you'll have plenty of views. But I mean, look at that. That is just an absolutely incredible view. You've also got another outdoor patio space right here. This unit, this townhome has so much outdoor space. You've got this patio, you've got that one, and you've got the one right off the kitchen, so that's amazing. You've got this huge walk-in closet right here that is very well lit. And then in here is the ensuite bathroom that has the massive soaking jacuzzi tub. You've got the double sinks here, and then you've got a huge shower with you've got 2 shower heads. And then in here is the toilet. But wait, there's even more, because if we go out here, whoops, wrong room. Because if we go out here and go up these stairs, it gets even better. There's so much light. You got this skylight up here, got this window right here, and then we have the most exquisite bedroom of the entire home. And these windows and ceilings are even higher in here. So these probably go 12 feet, I'm guessing. And the view is even clearer and better looking out this one. So you got some people doing some water activities, doing some inner tubing. So that's really fun. Incredible view of the bridge and the ship and the rest of the inner east side. So I absolutely love that. These windows are letting in so much natural light. This floor up here has definitely got the most natural light of the whole home. And then it's got another attached bathroom, the ensuite, really nice sinks, really nice countertop. Here's the closet right here, which is a little bit smaller than the other bedroom. And then so is the tub. Tub is a little bit smaller, but it's pretty much the same shower in here. And so much natural light coming into this bathroom as well. And let's just take one more look at this bedroom. Just such an amazing room. Who wouldn't want to wake up to this view every day with the river? And once again, this is the Willamette River. It's absolutely stunning. And yeah. All right, there you have it, folks. Once again, that was an incredible 2,100 square foot, 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, townhome style condo right here in Northwest Portland, right in the Pearl, right directly on the Willamette River. The views are pretty hard to beat. I want to hear what you guys thought of that one. I'm going to give you all of the stats. I'm going to tell you the list price. I'm going to tell you the property taxes, and I'm also going to tell you the HOA dues. First of all, the HOA dues are $913 a month. That's just for the HOA. That goes towards all of the exterior maintenance, common areas, trash, water, sewer. There's a whole list of things that it covers. The property taxes are also pretty high, $16,900, and the list price is $825,000. So let me know what you guys think. My camera is about to die, so I gotta end this video, and we're gonna jump over to the next place that is going to be a surprise to present me filming this. But of course, definitely make sure you get in touch whether you're moving in 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 months. I wanna hear from you. Contact me via any method that you see on the screen, and I am so excited to hear from you, as I've said multiple times. You can even find me on Instagram. It's all good. Let's get the conversation going. And now let's jump over to this next neighborhood. All right, so I've got a plan for this last listing. I got a really cool spot over here in Southeast Portland, and I am standing on Southeast Hawthorne Boulevard, and I'm right at 25th and Hawthorne. And I would consider this a little bit of an in-between section of Hawthorne, but you've still got a lot of good stuff. Like, for example, right up there, you can barely see it, but at this next light, you have a Safeway Market. You've got a vintage clothing store here, and you've got this comic spot, you got a dispensary, and then if we keep going farther down this way, we will see some more stuff. But the reason I'm over here is because this last listing that we're gonna go take a look at is right here just to the south of Hawthorne. And it is one of the most ideal locations in Southeast Portland because it is perfectly situated between not just Hawthorne, but if you go to the south, you have a much more residential zone which I'm going to show you a little bit of. But you've also got Division Street. That's why this is such an ideal location, because you are perfectly situated in between both of those super busy streets. And even here, we've got some residential right here. That's why I say it's kind of spread out, because there's a few different sections of Hawthorne. Like if you go maybe about 10 blocks that way to about 30th, it's pretty much all commercial, mostly commercial stuff on the ground level, all the way until you get to about 50th. But here we have a nice mix between, you know, as you can see, the residential stuff, and then there's mixed use buildings like this, where you've got businesses on the bottom and apartment style living above it. Over here, just another block down, we've got the Grand Central Bakery on one side of the street, as well as this pretty delicious brunch cafe place called Jam on Hawthorne. And then you've got this really fun produce stand right over here. And we're just gonna walk over here a little bit, just so you can kind of get a feel for this part of Hawthorne. And if you keep going farther down this way to about 20th or so, that's where you'll see a handful of more other businesses. And when we come up here, you'll see there's like a little shopping center that has this dry cleaner place that I've used before, and Hot Lips Pizza. But then as you can see, it starts to get a bit more residential, and that's kind of why I say that this part of Hawthorne is a bit more spread out than other parts of Hawthorne. So once you get down here over to 20th, right now we're at 22nd, there are some more restaurants and bars and shops down that way, and then it continues all the way to 11th or so. And then when you get to 11th, you've got like two different 11th and 12th area. You've got two different food cart pods. One of them is called Cartopia. You gotta check it out. There's like 6 or 7 different really, really good food cart pods. And then if you go to the other block over on 11th, I think Cartopia is on 12th. 11th is Hawthorne Asylum, which is massive. I don't even know. There's over 20 food carts over there. Here's a little sneak peek down into the neighborhood. This is actually the street, I believe, that this listing is on, that we're going to be looking at. I just wanted to really quickly give you a feel for what this little part of Hawthorne is like, because this is only about a 5-minute walk to this first listing that we're going to look at. And before we get to it, whoa, look at this guy. Woohoo! That dude was rad. But before we get over to this last listing, which is absolutely a beautiful, stunning 1930s English Tudor home that's been updated. I can't wait to go look at it, but I don't want to give too much away. But we're gonna go pop over to the other walkable street, Division, and show you what that looks like, just so that you can have a good feel for what you're working with when you live in this specific pocket of Southeast that is in between Hawthorne and Division. So we're gonna jump over there. So I'm just walking up to Division Street right now, and this is Division and 22nd. And right on the corner here, you'll see that we've got some really good stuff. This is actually a pretty nice restaurant. It's called Nuestra Cocina, and it's kind of a higher end Mexican food place. And then right here, you've got a number of some of my favorite places. The main one right there is Scotty's Pizza, and you can fight me on this, but I'm pretty sure that is the best pizza, not just in Portland, but anywhere. I know that's a bold statement, but this place over here, look, we've got another Nectar. There's like 2 Nectar dispensaries. You can go to the Hawthorne one, or you can go to the Division one. This place right here is called Spielman's Bagels, and there's actually a bar right up the street here that I can see from here. It's called Double Barrel. I don't know if you can see it there. It's actually a place that my friend took me to shortly after I first moved here, late at night, and it kind of taught me something about Portland that I didn't know before, which is the fact that all bars in Oregon must serve food as long as they are serving alcohol. And so what that means is you can go into little funky little dive bars like this and expect a full food menu that most of the time is really, really good. So the late night food scene here is severely underrated for that specific reason, because there's a lot of bars here that serve just absolutely excellent food. And so when I went in there, I was really surprised because previously I came from Los Angeles, which is like, if you're in a bar past 10 o'clock, good luck getting any kind of good food. You gotta go out to the taco trucks, you gotta go find a fast food place if you're desperate. But here in Portland, pretty much any place that is serving alcohol will also have an excellent food menu. This place has really good burgers. They also have some of the best wings I think I've had anywhere in Portland. And then right across the street from the Double Barrel is the local New Seasons. So that's your grocery store that is really, really nice. It's kind of like our local Whole Foods. And then right here is actually the corner of the neighborhood of Ladd's Addition, and you'll see over there there's another coffee shop which is really delicious. And then if we go this way, you'll see all of the streets kind of start to go diagonal, and that's Ladd's Addition. So I will definitely take you there sometime. It's kind of hard to find a cool listing to show you there because there aren't a lot of houses that go up for sale there. It's a very historic neighborhood. People go there, they want to stay there. And yeah, here's the New Seasons. And one of these days I will find a really cool listing to show you guys in this Ladd's Addition neighborhood. But yeah, like I said, they're hard to come by. But with that said, we have sampled Division, we have sampled Hawthorne, and now I think it's time that we nudge our way into this little neighborhood and we go and take a look at some of the houses that are surrounding the next listing. I'll give you a feel for the residential zone, and then we will take a full, complete tour of this incredible home. I can't wait to see it. Some of the reason why I'm doing this is for my own selfish reasons to go look at really cool houses, and I want to share them with you guys. So let's go over there and do that, but not before one last shout out to the absolute best pizza ever, Scotty's. Go in there and get a slice of cheese pizza. You won't regret it, I promise. Then there's a sushi place right next to it. All right, so we are here in the neighborhood. This is technically the neighborhood of Hosford Abernethy, and we are in inner southeast Portland, just about 2 blocks to the east of Ladd's Addition. And we are, it's literally about a 5 to 10 minute walk to Hawthorne to the north, which is what I showed you first, and about a 5 to 10 minute walk to Division to the south. And this neighborhood, as you can see, has some absolutely lovely homes. There's a lot of Tudors here on this street, and we're gonna go take a look at one that's for sale, but we're gonna walk around a little bit because that's what we do. You know, you're here to get a feel for the neighborhoods that you won't otherwise be able to get from Zillow or any of the real estate websites. So I'm here to give you all of that and more. And so we're gonna feel the landscaping, we're gonna feel how the streets are. And this is just such a cool neighborhood because right here is a greenway. So this is a super flat, super bikeable neighborhood, and you can take this east to west. And that is one of the cool things about living here on the inner east side, because it's mostly flat. There's lots of well-established sidewalks and bike paths. So that's a little bit of a pro tip, is don't ride your bike on Division or Hawthorne or any of these busy streets, because you have these ones, these quiet residential streets that are designed for biking. And we just have the infrastructure of all of these quiet residential streets that make it super easy for you to bike on. And this right here is the house that we're gonna go take a look at, but I wanna walk you guys around the neighborhood a little bit more, you know? Because looking at how peaceful and amazing the house is only half of it, because you gotta know how peaceful and amazing the neighborhood is. And looks like we got someone doing a yard sale right here. Then we'll take a look right up this street and just get a feel for some of these other houses. And it's just such a lovely neighborhood. A lot of these houses were built in the early 1900s to the 1930s. And so that's why you have all of this beautiful classic architecture that you see everywhere. And that's also why you see these beautiful, massive and shady, well-established trees. I'm very thankful for these trees right now. Look at this beautiful house, and very thankful for these trees because it is about 86 degrees out, pretty warm, and these take the temperature down quite a few notches when you're underneath them. So I love that. All of these houses have their own very unique charm and character in this neighborhood. And the median home price of this neighborhood in Portland is a little bit above the median home price of the rest of Portland. The median home price in Portland, like I said before, is right around $550. The median home price of this neighborhood is $760,000. And you kind of get a feel for that when you walk around because, I mean, every single house is just stunning, incredible character, really unique charm. This is a great area. You really can't go wrong when you buy a house in this neighborhood because, I mean, just look around. All of these sidewalks everywhere, massive, massive trees. And when you fly into Portland, you might notice just how green it is, even within the city itself. And trees like this all over the place is why it looks like that. So absolutely beautiful place. One of my favorite parts of Portland is this inner east side, super close to all the stuff that you want to walk to on Division and Hawthorne. And you can also bike to other parts. Like from here, you can bike pretty easily into downtown Portland. There's multiple bridges that you can bike across, whether that's the Tillicum Crossing Bridge or the Hawthorne Bridge. So you can easily bike into downtown. You can take the bus into downtown. That's super easy as well. And you can also bike to the east to like Mount Tabor or all of the other parts of Hawthorne that I was showing you and talking about earlier in the video. So with that said, I think it's time that we go take a tour of this incredible listing, very historic home, and we'll have to see how the updates stack up against the test of time. That's one of the most exciting things that I like to see in an old house is how they've maintained it. Did they completely gut it and remove all of its original charm, or did they update it tastefully with respect for the home's origins and the era that it came from? We'll have to see. So let's go over there and take a look. All right, so we're back. I got the keys. This is really a treat of a house to show you guys. I am so excited, and it definitely combines those factors that I was just talking about with the old original charm and newer updates. I think this is a really nice combination. This house is going to speak to families, especially couples that have a lot of stuff. Wait until you see the primary bedroom because it's got not just one, but two pretty impressive closets. One of them is extra impressive. So this house is in really great condition, and it shows that these owners have taken incredible care of it. The roof looks pretty excellent. All of the updates are really nice. I love the kitchen. This house is a 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath home. It's right around 3,600 square feet. It was built in 1932. It is just a lovely Tudor style home that I can't wait to go and show you and give you a complete tour of. And as always, I'm going to tell you what it is currently listed for, but first we got to go take a tour. So let's go. So first things first, we got to give a thanks to Aaron Rothrick with Windermere for letting me pop in here and show this wonderful listing to you guys on the channel, all of my loyal viewers. This is just a stunning home inside and out. Look at these very steep arches, classic Tudor style right there. And I love the brick on the exterior and all of the beautiful landscaping. Look at this hedge. This is just a very nicely trimmed hedge. And this home has only been on the market for 1 day. It was just listed yesterday at the time of making this. So if you're watching this on Sunday, you might have a chance if you act fast. So you know who to call. Starting off right here to the left, you got this lovely little water feature. That is a nice peaceful addition and lovely landscaping. And I love the light fixtures out here and the brick archway for the entryway. So let's go on in. So right when you walk in, you first notice the incredible, beautiful, original hardwood floors throughout this main level. The other thing you notice is this really cool light fixture, and we'll see some other really cool, what I believe are original light fixtures throughout this home. But right off here, you've got a pretty nice sized coat closet here off to the entrance, and actually your mail slot is right there. But then we will walk through this beautiful archway into this main living space right here. And this is a massive room. I absolutely love how they have this wood trim picture rail all the way around. So you can hang stuff, you can hang your pictures from it, and there actually are hooks already in place if you want to hang some stuff. Beautiful gas fireplace right here. And take a look at these light fixtures. I think these might be original as well, because they're just plugged in right here. So they've just got these like controls and plugged into electricity right there. That's definitely a very charming and character-filled feature. But then when we walk in here, you've got this very incredible sunroom. Once again, with this original, what I think is original light fixture, and those picture rails go all the way around there as well. And look at these windows. I mean, these are stunning windows. You got a huge window right there, even bigger one right there, and then another one right there. This is just a lovely sunroom. And one more look at this main living room again. And now we'll go right through here and show you how this connects into the formal dining room. And there is another dining space as well, but let's take a moment to appreciate these built-ins right here. I love how dark that wood finish is, and it looks like it's been either refinished or just beautifully maintained over the years. If it has been updated, that is pretty impressive too. But now let's go and look at this backyard space. And you've got this lovely patio here that goes down. Central AC, which is doing a really good job right now. And then you've got this lovely patio area with these stone pavers, and you can just sit out here and enjoy the peacefulness of this lovely neighborhood. And the sun is gonna probably go this way most of the time, but look, you've got these. That smells so good. Anyways, let's real quickly swing around to this other area, because there's another outdoor area. If we go over here to the other side of the house, how lovely is that? Look at this brick on the outside here, and then you've got this nice little tucked away dining area if you'd like. But yeah, then let's go back in and we'll step back into this lovely formal dining room, and we will go into the kitchen. And you've got this nice door that opens and closes both ways. Then you have this beautiful tile work throughout this whole kitchen on the countertops and the backsplash. Beautiful design. And you've got the tile flooring in here as well. So this is just an absolutely lovely kitchen. It's got so much counter space. This huge bay window right here where you can put some plants or, you know, store some stuff there. And this is just a lovely kitchen that has so much like vintage and maybe not original charm. Maybe some of these cabinets have original hardware. It's hard to say, but it's definitely not modern, but it's all in absolutely incredible shape. And the gas range, I always love cooking on gas. I don't know what you guys like, but then over here, you've got another little dining nook area with the smaller bay window, and you've got this built-in setup right here. So I love that. And then if we go over here, you'll see the downstairs, which I'll take you to in a minute. But off to our left here, we've got a little half bathroom. Look at this little sink. How lovely is that? And in here, we have a little office space. So this is just a nice little nook that you can tuck yourself away in and get some work done and still have views to the outside, out these lovely windows. If we go around here, let's go downstairs first. And then if we circle back around here, we'll see the upstairs. So, and then I'll come back to that. So let's go downstairs first. And so this is the part of the house that has been updated into more of a modern feel, but they still maintain some of the original charm, as you can see with these light fixtures on the wall. So gotta love that. Over here, we've got a little sort of kitchenette type space where you've got a sink and you've got a fridge and freezer. And you can definitely use this space as like maybe a guest area or potentially even Airbnb it, because there is a somewhat separate entrance off to the right there. But right here, they've got a lovely updated bathroom, and these are actually heated tile floors. So that's nice. And then this shower is absolutely lovely. I mean, that shower head is pretty nice. And these tiles in the shower are also very nice. And then you've got the double sink here with, I believe this is gonna be quartz and laundry right off to your left here. And this is just like a little storage space slash utility area. That's where your hot water heater is. And then right here is your toilet. And it's pretty good sized space. You can kind of tuck yourself away. And now we've got a few bedrooms down here, a couple bedrooms, but that's gonna come with some caveats that I'll point out to you in a second. You've also got a gas fireplace down here. And then in here, so here's a bedroom here, and here's a bedroom here, but each of them is lacking something that is needed to officially call them a bedroom. And so here we have a room that has an egress window. So that's always a good thing that you want to see for a bedroom. But, oh wait, never mind. I was wrong, it has a closet. When I first toured the house, I didn't notice that closet there because the door was here. And I just thought it didn't have a closet, but I was wrong. This is officially a bedroom. Great job. But now over here, this is the room that I don't think you can officially call a bedroom, because while yes, it does have a pretty nice closet, good sized walk-in closet with some nice built-in shelving and drawers, which I love. It does not have that egress window. So these are not going to be conforming to a bedroom, an actual bedroom. So this one is pretty close, but this one actually does pass as a bedroom because it's got the closet hiding behind the door. And in here, we've got another little, I guess you could call this an office space or maybe a play area. So there's, I think, your sewer clean out right there. And yeah, so now let's go all the way back upstairs. Look at this little built-in shelf here that I didn't notice before. Just so much little character like that in this home. I absolutely love it. Let's keep going. Quick moment to appreciate the front door before we head upstairs. Now here we are upstairs, and right here we've got another little space that we can call an office, I would consider. There's your access up into the attic, but yeah, you could set this up as like a little mini office or maybe even just storage space, whatever you want. And then in here, we've got a bedroom. Again, beautiful original hardwood floors throughout. And this is a pretty good sized bedroom. Like, this is big enough for a couple twin size beds right here. And right here is a pretty good sized closet. Just wait until you see the closets in this main bedroom though, coming up in a second here, but so much light coming out, so much trees and greenery when you look out the windows. That's just Portland for you. It's absolutely stunning. And there's so much light coming in here, even though these windows are completely shaded off. So how cool is that? And then if we go all the way back in here, kind of go up here, here's the primary bedroom. But right here, we got to first take a look at this lovely bathroom with so much character, so much mid-century vibe going on here. There's your toilet with the tile archway, and then you've got your shower right here, also with that same archway. Love these enclosed tile showers, so lovely. And then it also has a soaking tub, bathtub, great for the kids or just for your own relaxation. So absolutely lovely bathroom. You got two sinks, or you got just this one sink, and right here is just a linen closet. And here's the primary bedroom, but we're gonna look at this one first. And this is also a pretty good sized room. And you gotta love the quintessential Tudor feels where you've got these windows looking out here next to the closets, and you can have a quick look at the roof. It looks pretty good. There is a little bit of moss here, but that just probably means it needs a cleaning. And here's your closet, one of these smaller closets in the home. But now it's time to redeem that closet for what we're about to see in this final primary bedroom. And there's no bathroom in here, so there's only just this one bathroom up here. But look at this beautiful bedroom. You got the ceiling fan, and this is a huge bedroom, and it is facing to the south, so you're gonna have a lot of light cruising over this way. But let's take a look at these closets, because you got this one right here that is surprisingly big, because you've got these built-ins right here, these newer built-in drawers. But then if you go to the left, it has even more Tudor classic charm with the closet window looking out to the street. So that's lovely. You got more space right here and more space right here to hang stuff. And then if this closet wasn't enough, the next one should probably be enough for all of you dreamers that have so much clothes and stuff that you need to separate from each other. Because look at this closet right here. You've got this massive space here, and you've got this space right here, and then it goes all the way back here for even more space. So how cool is that? You got the skylight here letting in natural light. And so that is just such an impressive amount of storage space for these closets in this upstairs primary bedroom. And there you have it, folks. So that was an incredible 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath, Tudor style home built in 1932, but has been updated tastefully over the years. I did not get a chance to show you the 2-car garage, but there it is. It's a 2-car garage. Usually I try to show you that, but I couldn't figure out how to unlock it. I want to know what you guys think. We've seen 3 listings so far. This one is an incredible location, walking distance to so much stuff that you could ever want. And I absolutely love this neighborhood. It's one of my favorites in all of Portland, and it's where a lot of people like to move to. So with that said, I'm gonna give you the list price, but I hope you've got your guesses locked in. Leave a comment down below right now. Now's your chance to put in your guess before I tell you the actual price. And with that said, the list price of this home right here is $1,245,000. And again, this has only been listed for 1 day, so if you're seeing this right when this video has come out, then give me a shout if you have any questions, because you might still have a chance at purchasing it if this right here looks to be your dream home. And if it's not, just sit back and relax and watch another video on the channel. So click right here if you want to see another video like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you over there.